Hi, this is Boris. Welcome to Movie Messenger. A long time ago, when I started the YouTube channel, I made a video called Love Letter to John Carpenter, where I paid tribute to the iconic filmmaker. When I made that video, I was planning on doing a series of videos to pay tribute to different legends and people who inspire me. The Rock is one of those people. Maybe I'll make a whole video about him, but today I'll combine some information about The Rock and talk about his new movie, Skyscraper. I have been a fan of Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson since WWE. When I was watching that with my friends when I was a teenager. I have to be honest, I haven't watched the recent movies. People seem to be disappointed by Baywatch. They were, I guess, impressed by Jumanji. Some even called it one of the best video game movies ever. And I don't know what happened with Rampage other than it made a lot of money worldwide. Let's get one point out of the way. Yes, he confirmed that he will be running for president, but let's not get political here. The Rock is the highest paid actor on Hollywood, maybe in Hollywood, maybe even in the world. He deserves it, in my opinion. He is giving people entertaining movies. He is one of the few powerful people in Hollywood who can get a project greenlit, especially original movies when everyone is complaining about recycled material on big screens. Okay, yeah, of course, people give him a hard time about his physique, which restricts him to play only certain types of characters. But he is a great actor, actually. This is the example that comes to mind. In the movie Central Intelligence, which he did with Kevin Hart. Watch the scene where Jason Bateman bullies him even after all those years. Pay attention to his performance as he looks at his reflection. He shows vulnerability even with such a physique. Yeah, I mean that's just an example. For me, a good actor is someone who can portray a character in a believable way, and he does it. So, if you follow The Rock on Instagram like I do, you will be in awe in front of his work ethic. Sure, he's the highest paid actor who travels in private jets, but he's constantly working, not to mention his rigorous workout, which, you can see. Another important part is the way he behaves towards his fans, no matter where they are from, no matter the age group. And yeah, that's just really impressive. Finally, before I get to the movie, I want to mention that he's one of the few big action stars left in Hollywood who can open a movie, actually, with only their names attached to it. I mean, like, for example, when you go watch the Rock Johnson movie, you are going to see the Rock Johnson's movie. You're not expecting a director's name like Martin Scorsese attached to it, right? He's one of the few action stars left in Hollywood, along with Tom Cruise and Keanu Reeves. But Rock is the youngest, and he's 46 years old. So I think we're soon gonna run out of action stars in Hollywood. Okay, let's get to the Skyscraper. By the way, I'm not going to go into details of the story, but I do have minor spoilers. So if you have not watched the movie yet, please come back to this episode after you've seen it to get the same experience I had. So the movie is written and directed by Rawson Marshall Thurber. I hope I'm pronouncing it correctly. I looked up quickly. The only movie which I've heard from this director, or which I've seen, is We're the Millers, starring Jason Sudeikis and Jennifer Aniston. Actually, he has also directed Central Intelligence, starring The Rock and Kevin Hart. The premise is simple. A father goes to great lengths to save his family trapped in a burning skyscraper. Of course, there are a lot of different, you have to see the movie to see why the skyscraper is burning, and I think maybe you've seen the trailer. It's a great movie. First of all, it was not too long, which was actually like nowadays the most movies I went to see, like the big movies, especially the superhero movies, are really long. Actually, I remember people complain about Indian movies being so long with all the songs and so on, but now like every big budget movie is like 2 hours and 30 minutes or something. Anyway, it was not too long. I could hold just enough for the bathroom break, and I had to hold not because not because of the length of the movie, which is only an hour and 42 minutes. There was just too much aircon in the cinema. That's what happens in in Bangkok. It was nice to see Neve Campbell again. I don't know if this is a comeback, but it was a good choice of a film to reappear, actually. Usually the female protagonist, in this case the protagonist's wife, in an action movie has nothing to do than to give a reason for the hero to survive or beat the villains. But in this case, she had an active part in the movie, which was wonderful. I never felt bored in the movie. Once it starts, it is relentless. Some people might say it was earnest, but and sometimes maybe too much at sometimes. But come on, there's too much cynicism in movies these days, and to be honest, it's becoming really, old-fashioned, actually. There are familiar elements from other action movies, but it subverts them in a way. Of course, the villain with a European accent, the one good cop who figures things out just in time, the one-liner at the end, which we waited for, but sort of didn't happen. Everyone did a great job, performance-wise. I missed these kinds of action movies. I grew up on late 80s and 90s action blockbuster movies, like Stallone, Sylvester Stallone movies, Arnold Schwarzenegger's movies. I can never pronounce his name, Schwarzenegger. Again, Rock is, like I said, is a great performer. He's totally believable in this role. People can say, oh no, we know the protagonist is not going to die. Yeah, but isn't that true for 99% of the movies? Because otherwise, by the way, when it's done right, like here, like in this movie, we root for the main character, right? And why would you want to feel depressed after the movie? By the way, I love this movie. Like I said, it made me so happy. I'm already sure this will make a great rewatchable background movie, but unfortunately, the DVDs are dead. Hoping this will pop up on Netflix. If you're still hesitating to go watch the film and support it, we need more original films like this. I mean, I know it's not exactly a art film, but you need all when people talk about diversity in films, I always want diversity in genres, right? Like diversity of ideas in films, not necessarily diversity of cast, because usually when you push for diversity of cast, when it's done right, it's perfect, but when it's not, it feels forced. So yeah, diversity for ideas is... Again, this is one of those movies which got the bad rep, I think, because I think he did not make... I don't know if it was successful box office-wise, but this is one of those movies which got a bad reputation because of the trailer. To be honest, when I watched the trailer, I wanted to watch the movie, but I have to be honest, when I watched the trailer, it just felt like another action movie with too much CGI. And it's not the case at all. It was really great. I follow I follow the Rock Johnson on Instagram, and of course, he's always good to his fans. He surprised his fans. This is the moment where I get biased. Which is why actually I wanted to get all the people's ass kissing in the beginning, like he would say. He surprised the fans, which was a special screening for people with disabilities, and because in the movie he plays a disabled person who lost his leg in one of the hostage rescue missions. Yeah, like I said, and they interviewed the people who with disabilities, and they totally loved it, and it was really good to get that kind of reaction. And actually, yeah, it just showed. It just showed like another character, and I think that's what people want. Like they want people with disabilities, just want to be treated as everyone else. So I don't know what else to say other than just I love the movie. I totally support this kind of action movies, and I missed it, and that's the big point. Like I grew up on these kinds of action movies, and I don't know if we will get more of these. So I just want to give this movie a thumbs up, and can't wait for the next action movie of the summer, which is Mission Impossible Fallout with Tom Cruise. And until next time with another episode, this is Boris, the Movie Messenger, signing off.